Can a nursery really earn £300,000 a year? Imagine being your own boss, running a nursery full of happy children and taking home over 300k in profit each year. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stick with me because I'm going to show you how it's absolutely possible. In fact, I've helped many others to do this. So if you work in childcare or have ever had the thought about starting your own business in the UK, then this video is for you. Demand for childcare has never been higher, and that makes now a fantastic time to open nursery. I know this firsthand when me and my mum opened our nursery together, and we had a lot of success, both in making a difference for children and making a good amount of money. And this is what inspired me to help others to do the same. But before we get into all of that, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Open Nursery with myself, Kurt Liania, where I support you to open, run and grow your own nursery. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe as I post lots of videos all around the topic of childcare. And don't forget to check out the course Open Nursery in just 6 months, which has been responsible for helping dozens and dozens of people to independently open their own nursery. Through this course and my mentorship programs, I've guided many people to become successful nursery owners. So the big question is, can an average nursery, roughly 40 to 50 children, really earn £300,000 a year? The simple answer is yes, and I'm going to break down exactly how you can do it. It's all about smart planning, keeping quality high and filling your places. So keep watching because the numbers might surprise you. We'll start with the income side of the equation. For this example, we need to reach £840,000 a year in income. How do we do this? Well, it all comes down to enrollment, fees and hours. Here's a scenario. You have a nursery with a capacity of 48 children enrolled full-time. This is a realistic number for a medium-sized nursery. And attendance of each child is roughly 50 hours per week for 51 weeks a year, taking into account 1 week off for holidays. We're going to charge different hours based on the age group, and you'll see why this is in a moment. But for these 48 children, we're going to have 24 preschoolers, which is age 3 to 4, charging £6.40 per hour per child. 15 toddlers aged 2 to 3, charging £7.05 per hour per child, and 9 babies, which is age 0 to 2 years old, charging £7.70 per hour per child. Why the different rates? Younger children require more staff attention. There are stricter staff to child ratios for babies and toddlers, so nurseries charge a bit more for those age groups. Parents understand this. These rates are in line with the average fees charged for quality childcare in many parts of the UK. Now let's do the maths. Don't worry, I'll keep it simple. For each preschooler, where you charge £6.40 per hour, doing 50 hours per week and 51 weeks per year, you'll get £16,320 per child per year. And each toddler will be £7.5p times 50 hours times 51 weeks per year, which is £17,978 per year. And each baby, if you charge £7.70 for 50 hours a week for 51 weeks a year, you'll get around £90,635 per year. Multiply these by the number of children in each age group, and the total yearly income comes to around £838,057.50. Let's just call it £838,000. So that's how much you could bring in with just 48 children at full-time hours. Naturally, not all children will do full-time hours, but if you manage to fill your places with part-time and full-time places, that's how much you can generate, which is pretty good, right? And remember, these figures aren't plucked from the air. They're based on real fees and full enrollment. And imagine if you eventually expanded into a second location, the potential could be even higher. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Next, we're going to talk about the cost of running a nursery, because earning £838,000 doesn't mean much if all your costs get eaten up. So in a second, I'll break down all the expenses, and as a spoiler, as you should know, even after all expenses, there'll still be over £300,000 left for you. So where does the £508,000 go? These expenses that I'm going to talk about are based on real figures from successful nurseries I've helped to build. Running a nursery involves significant expenses. You're taking care of the most precious part of society. So in our model, we've estimated a total yearly expense of around £508,400, which might sound like a lot, but it covers everything needed to run a high quality nursery. So let's break down the key expense areas, starting with your staff salaries. This will be your biggest expense, and rightly so. You will want good, high quality staff. So we'll talk about paying your nursery manager, deputy manager, room leaders and nursery practitioners who care for the children every day, as well as a cleaner and a cook. In our example, we will pay above average wages to help attract and keep the best staff, though many nursery owners in the UK are around £9 to £12 per hour. But as I said, we'll budget to pay more than that, because great staff are the heart of a great nursery. A well-paid, happy team means lower turnover and better care for the children, which keeps parents happy too. So we've allocated a healthy chunk of our expenses to ensure our team is well compensated. This is not only the right thing to do, but it also helps your business to thrive in the long run with a strong reputation. So your staffing costs will be based on hiring a nursery manager, manager paying £38,000, a deputy manager paying £34,000, 3 room leaders at £30,000 each, totaling £90,000, and 8 nursery practitioners at £27,500 each, totaling £220,000. Based on our numbers and our ratios, we only need 7 nursery practitioners, but we've given an extra one just to help with cover and holidays. Plus, you should also budget an extra £30,000 for support staff, so potentially £15,000 for a part-time chef and £15,000 for a part-time cleaner. These costs don't factor in the cost of national insurance or covering holidays, and the number of staff is based on having 48 children and assuming the deputy manager and manager are not counted in ratios. The next significant cost will be your rent or mortgage. Unless you already own the building outright, you'll likely be renting a suitable space for your nursery, which is another major cost. You need a building with enough room for 48 children, with a separate room for babies and an outdoor play space if possible, and it must meet all the safety regulations. Rent costs can vary by location. For a medium-sized nursery building, it could be tens of £1,000s per year. In our £508,000 budget, a significant slice of this will go to the rent. If you choose to buy a property using a mortgage, your annual mortgage or loan costs would factor in here instead. So the cost of this will vary by area, but £40,000 is a fair estimate for a well-located, spacious nursery building that meets all the requirements. Next, you have to think about your utility, bills and business rates, helping you to keep the lights on, the rooms warm and the water running. You'll have electricity, heating, which is important for those chilly winters, water and business rates to pay for the property. We've included all these in the expense plan. It's not usually a huge fraction of the budget, but it's essential. So that will be roughly £5,000 per year for gas, electricity and water, and around £6,000 per year for your business rates. Insurance and compliance is important too. Every nursery needs insurance: public liability insurance, employers liability insurance, property insurance, etc. Plus there are costs of things like offset registration and annual fees and any legal and accounting help. These are accounted for in our other cost portion of our budget. They're not fun expenses, but they are non-negotiable for running a safe and legal business. But in terms of your insurance, we've budgeted £1,200 for the insurance. You also need to budget for food and supplies. Children can eat a lot and go through supplies quickly. We've budgeted for providing healthy meals and snacks for the children, as well as all the supplies like wipes, cleaning supplies, art materials, toys and books, and everything you need for a rich early years environment. This ensures that parents get an all-inclusive service which they love, and kids get the best care. It's all factored into our cost. Feeding 48 children each day adds up, but it's covered. For healthy meals, snacks, wipes, learning materials, stationery, arts and craft supplies, you can expect to pay roughly £7,200 per year for this. Next is marketing. This is one area many new businesses forget, but here we're going to set aside a solid budget for marketing and advertising. Why? Because even the best nurseries won't succeed if parents don't know about it in your area. So we invest in good marketing. For example, designing and distributing eye-catching flyers, running digital ads on Facebook and Google, targeting parents nearby, and maybe even hosting open days and events to help spread the word. Just a few £1,000s a year here can pay back tenfold by helping keeping your nursery full. An empty slot in your nursery is lost income, so marketing is key to ensure that every spot is filled. In our £508k worth of expenses, we've included a generous marketing budget of roughly £15,000 to help keep enrollment near or at 100%. But if you need ideas to help with your marketing, then check out the marketing book that I've written, 99 Proven Ways to Market Your Childcare Business. It's available on Amazon and I'll post a link in the description. Other costs that I've spoken about include your OSCE registration fees, but you also need to think of things like recruitment, training and development for your staff to help keep quality high at around £10,000. You need to figure out maintenance or repairs for your building and equipment, as kids really put your furniture to the test, so we budgeted around £3,000 for this, and a cushion for miscellaneous stuff, so maybe new toys mid-year, a festive event for kids, and we budgeted around £10,000 for this. We also factored in some professional fees, maybe a part-time bookkeeper or an accountant to help with finances. Basically, any other operational costs are bundled in here so that you have no surprises. But that's it. It sounds like a lot, right? But here's the key. We've accounted for everything. That £508,400 per year expense estimate is meant to cover all the major costs of running a top quality nursery while paying staff really well and providing a great service. We're not trying to cut corners anywhere. Now here's the part I love. Even after investing in quality like this, the income still far exceeds the expenses. Let's talk about what's left over, the part that could be your profit. Time to tally it up. With roughly £838,000 in income and about £508,000 in expenses, you're looking at a profit of around £330,000 per year. That's well over £300,000 in profit for you as the owner, and that, my friend, is the power of a well-run nursery business. Think about it for a second. Even after paying a full staff, covering rent, bills, food, and even spending a good amount on marketing, you'd have about £330,000 left over. And that's not just revenue, that's money in your pocket before tax. Obviously, you'd have to pay corporation tax or income tax on your profits, but you'll still be very comfortable at the end. To put it another way, in this scenario, about 39% of all the money coming in is profit. Many established nurseries operate within smaller margins of around 20 to 30% in profit. But even if you do that, you will still be bringing home around £200,000 to £300,000 in profit. But here I've shown you how you can achieve much more by running at full capacity and managing smartly. The best part is you've done this while doing things the right way, paying staff fairly, maintaining high standards, and delighting parents and children. And with the right support and planning, you can absolutely achieve this. Now, £300,000 a year is a life-changing amount of money. It's far above the average UK salary and even higher than many doctors or lawyers earn. And you'll be earning it doing something really fulfilling, making a positive impact on families. Imagine what that means. You could reinvest that profit to grow your business further, reward your staff with bonuses, making them even happier, or simply enjoy an amazing income that provides for your own family's dreams. But you might be thinking, this sounds amazing on paper, but is it really possible for me? Can I actually pull this off? Those are some fair questions. So let's address that by looking at some real people who have done it and how I've made this opportunity achievable for people just like you. And with the right support, you can definitely do it too. But nothing beats a real life example to prove this £300,000 nursery dream is achievable. And I want to share a couple of success stories from people I've mentored through the Open Nursery in Just 6 Months course and the mentorship programs that I offer. Normal people who went from thinking about it to actually running their own nursery. Firstly, there was Sarah, who was a childcare worker from Manchester. She had over 10 years of experience in childcare, but she'd never run a business before. She loved her job, but always wondered if she could do it on her own and build something for herself. She initially joined the course, but then upgraded to the mentorship program, where I guided her step by step from finding a suitable building to navigating the Ofsted registration, to figuring out finances and marketing to fill her places. We started this project 2 years ago, and last year she opened her nursery. It wasn't easy as she worked hard, but now a year later, her nursery is full with a waiting list, and she's paying her staff good wages too, and parents love her nursery. She's currently making over 6 figures in profit already, and she predicts that next year, when she had a full year of having a full nursery, that she'll be on track to surpass 300k in profit. It's literally changed her life, and she's even looking to open a second location once she finds a building. Another client of mine, Samir, was not originally from the childcare industry at all. He owned other businesses, including a franchise of restaurants in London, but he was tired of this and was looking for a business that could be more meaningful. He had young children himself, which opened his eyes to the world of nurseries, and found me through my YouTube channels. He witnessed firsthand how difficult it was for him to get a nursery place, so thought this could be a good business to go into. With my help, Samir launched his own nursery in London. I helped him to hire a great nursery manager since he didn't have the childcare background himself, and he focused on the business side, getting the premises and securing funding. I also supported him in marketing and ensuring that he was prepared for his Ofsted registration visit. It was a big leap for him, but with guidance and determination, he managed to set up his nursery in around 7 to 8 months. He had the funds to create a really high quality nursery. Within just a couple of weeks of getting his Ofsted registration and advertising, he had over 60 parents wanting to sign up for his nursery. He's now open and his nursery is thriving. His nursery is new, but based on projections for this year, he again will be earning over 6 figures. And he says his favourite part is walking in each morning and seeing the children playing happily, knowing that he built it and that he has control. He still runs his franchise business, but this brings him much more joy. These are just 2 examples. I've helped and seen many others, from experienced nursery workers who finally took the plunge to start their own business, to parents turned entrepreneurs who wanted to create the perfect nursery they wish existed. The common thread, with the right support and a solid plan, they made it happen. After hearing these stories, I hope you're starting to think, wow, if they can do it, maybe I can too, because you can. The people I work with are not billionaires or superhumans. They're regular people with a passion for childcare and a willingness to learn. And when things got tough, like dealing with regulations or unexpected challenges, they didn't give up. They reached out for help, learned from others, and kept going. You can do it too. By now, you might be picturing what your own nursery could look like, and that's fantastic. Let's talk about how to turn that picture in your head into reality. Yes, you can do this, and you don't have to figure it out all on your own. First, remember that every successful nursery owner started from square one at some point. Even when me and my mum started, we began with lots of doubts and questions. Back then, there was any guidance available to help support us, and that's exactly why I created the course Open Nursery in Just 6 Months and the mentorship programs that I offer, to give people the roadmap and support that I wish that I had when I was starting out. It's basically a shortcut through all the trial and error, so you can avoid costly mistakes and move forward with confidence. Think of it like this: Open Nursery is a big project, but it's absolutely achievable when you break it down into steps. Find a great location, get registered and meet all standards, set up your rooms and hire staff, line up your finances and market to enroll children. Each of those steps is doable with some know-how, and you've got someone, i.e. me, who's done it before and helped others to do it, ready to help you each step of the way. A lot of people worry about things like bureaucracy or paperwork, Ofsted, or whether they're business minded enough. And here's the truth: if you're passionate about childcare and willing to learn, you can pick up the business skills. I've seen nursery workers become savvy business owners in a matter of months. They just needed someone to show them the ropes. And for the red tape and regulations, having a mentor who's been through it is invaluable. It turns those scary forms and inspections into a straightforward checklist of tasks. Another concern might be the money to start. Yes, Open Nursery does require some significant investment for rent deposits, renovations, initial supplies, etc. But there are ways to manage this, from loans and grants to smart budgeting and ingenious ways to help save money. Many people that I supported are surprised to find that with a solid business plan, which I can help you to create, banks and investors are willing to support new nurseries because demand is so strong. Remember, as I said earlier, childcare demand is rising and governments are trying to support this, which is a promising sign for lenders too. So don't let the funding side scare you off. It can be handled with the right approach. But most importantly, I want you to feel excited and empowered. Running your own nursery is hard work, but it's incredibly rewarding. You get to shape young children's early experiences, be a pillar of your community, and build a fulfilling career on your own terms. And in the end, as we've shown, you can earn a fantastic income doing so. It's truly the best of both worlds for someone who loves working with children and also wants financial freedom. If you've made it this far, something tells me you're serious about the idea of owning a nursery, or at least you're super curious. So what's next? I'd love to help you to take the next step forward towards making this a reality. Now, I told you about the Open Nursery course and the mentorship programs I offer, but let's not start there. First, I want to hear about your plans, and then we'll see how I can support you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your nursery dream. Then I'll respond to see how I can best support you. There's no pressure and no obligation. It's truly about getting you the information and support that you need. Maybe you just need a few tips to get started, or maybe you want a mentor to guide you from start to finish. Either way, I'm here to support you. This is simply an invitation and not a sales pitch. If running a nursery is something you're passionate about, I really do encourage you to reach out. Sometimes a little bit of information can clarify your path and spark that moment that puts you in motion. If you want to get in contact with me, simply click the link that's going to be on the screen shortly, or click the link that's in the description where you can contact me and start the process. Remember, every big success story starts with a first step. Filling out that contact form could be your first step towards opening your own nursery and earning £300,000 a year doing something that you love. But I want to leave you with this: running your own nursery is more than just a profit number. Yes, the money is amazing and can be life-changing. Imagine the freedom and opportunities that £300,000 a year could give you and your family. But beyond that, think about the impact you'll have. Every day you'll be helping shape little minds, supporting working parents and creating a nurturing community. It's a meaningful work that truly matters. If me and Maron could do it, if Sarah could do it, if Samir could do it, and so many others can do it, then you can do it too. It's achievable with dedication and the right help. Picture yourself a year or two from now, opening the doors to your own nursery, hearing laughter and tiny footsteps down the hall, chatting with grateful parents at pickup time and feeling proud of the safe, loving space that you created. And at the end of the year, seeing those financial results and knowing you've built something successful for yourself. That's the future I want for you, and I'm here to make it happen. So click the link that's on the screen now, get in contact with me so we can begin this journey. But thank you so much for watching and spend your time with me today. If you find this valuable or inspiring, please give the video a thumbs up and consider sharing it with anyone else who might be dreaming about starting a nursery. And don't forget to reach out via the contact form if you're ready to get started. I can't wait to hear your story and maybe feature you in my success stories in a future video. You've got this. The opportunity is real and the need for great nurseries is growing. And with the right plan in place, this could be just the beginning for you. Now go make that dream happen. And as always, I'll be here supporting you every step of the way. But until then, I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully I'll see your name come through on the contact form. Let's do this together. God bless.